Hey, what's good, YouTube? My name is Brandon and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a little bit of spin on two of my favorite dishes, beef and broccoli and pepper steak. You want to see how it's done? Stick around. Let's get it in. Okay, y'all, what we're going to need is some fresh chuck steak, which you can use any kind of steak, coarse sea salt, coarse ground black pepper, about 6 ounces of fresh broccoli crowns, 2 cups of multicolored peppers, a whole onion. We have some of this kung pao sauce, about a half a bottle, 2 packs of brown gravy mix, and a teaspoon and a half of minced garlic. Now what I'm doing now is I'm just finishing chopping up the chuck steak into very, very thin slices. That way it can cook more evenly and you can distribute it the way you want to and make it go a lot further when you slice it in small pieces like this. Just make sure you have a super sharp knife and a cutting board. And you can see these are about the size of the pieces of steak that I want. But whatever you prefer, whatever works best for you, that's fine. That's the way I want to do it. All right, we're gonna add a couple teaspoons of cornstarch to this meat. One is going to kind of help when we brown our meat, give it a little crust, but also act as a thickening agent later on in the cook when we add our liquids to it. Just toss it around. Make sure you try to coat every piece of meat that you can. And go ahead and give us a thumbs up, a like, and a subscribe if you can, and share these videos. We'd really appreciate it. Now we're going to go ahead and add the sea salt. Season pretty liberally because we are going to add liquid to it. So, you know, we're trying to not only season the meat, but we're going to be seasoning the dish as well. We'll be able to tweak it throughout the cook, but go ahead and season your meat pretty liberally with the salt and pepper. Good. Now we've got a pan heating up on the stove, medium high, and it's a shallow layer of oil. We're just trying to brown this meat. We're not trying to deep fry it. And we don't have to cook it all the way through because we're going to be braising this meat in our sauce and our gravy. So just getting a nice brown on the outside of it. That's all we're looking for. Now, I don't know if you can see, but on the side of my pan, I have, that's what we're going to be transferring our meat into, and we're going to be putting that in the oven. So you can, at this time, you can go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees as well, because that's where we're going to finish off this cook. If I had a Dutch oven, that would work perfect. That way I could brown my meat in the same pot and not have to transfer it, but I don't have a Dutch oven at this time. So what I'm actually using is the insert of a crock pot. That works best right now for us, so that's what we're doing. All right, if you can see, we've got a nice little golden brown on this meat, so we're going to get ready to transfer it to our next dish. Like I said, it doesn't take long, and you don't have to cook it all the way through, but you do want to brown the meat. Go ahead and get it transferred. Really, you could just about eat the steak like it is right now. It'd be a good medium rare on the inside. But that's not what we're doing today. All right, we're just gonna finish up the rest of this meat real quick. We'll check back with you in just a second at the next step. All right, we've got all our meat transferred. Now we're going to add the 2 packs of brown gravy mix. And what you want to do is you just want to make the brown gravy mix the way that the package says, or whatever the directions are, just follow those steps. Then add another cup or so of water to it, because we added the cornstarch to the meat, so it's going to help thicken that up. We're also using a half a bottle of Kung Pao sauce, but you can use whatever your favorite Asian sauce is, whether it be Kung Pao, General Tso, teriyaki. You can just use whatever you like, but I like the Kung Pao sauce for this particular one. Add in that minced garlic. We're going to add half of the onions now. We want those to get a little softened and add flavor while we're cooking in the first process. Now that Kung Pao sauce we're adding. We're going to save the broccoli and the peppers for a little bit later on, along with the rest of the onions. And remember, by now your oven should be heated up to 350 degrees. So we're just going to cover it and go ahead and place it in the oven. Now it's been cooking now for about 30 minutes. And you can see that gravy starting to thicken up a little bit. Looking good, looking rich. Now we're going to add the rest of the onions and all of our peppers. Broccoli is the last vegetable we want to add because it does not take long for the broccoli to cook, and you still want the broccoli to have texture to it and not be mush. All right, back in the oven. Okay guys, it's been another 30 minutes and it's looking amazing already. We did taste and re-season off camera, and we just had to add a little bit more salt and pepper. And you can do that as well. Now we're going to add that broccoli. And once it goes back in the oven, we're only going to have it in there for maybe 15 or 20 more minutes. But it looks amazing right now. That gravy is fire. Quick little toss, and we're going to put it right back in the oven, like I said, maybe 15-20 more minutes, just to soften up the broccoli a little bit. And guys, that's it. That is our pepper steak beef and broccoli. The meat is tender, it's fork tender, it's really a spoon tender. You got those peppers, those onions, that broccoli. This dish is so good, so hearty. I think you'd really enjoy it. Give it a try. Again, guys, if you like this type of video, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'm just gonna plate it up over a bed of rice. Look at that. Tell me that don't look good. And yes, it tastes as good as it looks. No lie. Look, I really appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed it. God bless you. Until the next time.